Well, it's a big discussion to have ahead of December with ANC elective conference. There are now reports coming out that the ANC in KZN will be backing Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma for the party presidency in December. The ANC is holding its elective conference at the end of this year. So very, very important. And of course, KZN is the party's largest voting bloc. Let's speak to the ANC KZN Secretary, Bheki Mtolo, joining us this morning. Bheki, good to have you on eNCA. I appreciate the time. So are the reports true? Are you backing Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma?
Good morning to your viewers. I don't know, because I think people, they just dream and then think their dreams come true. Not even a single branch in KZN has convened a meeting. We've made it clear that this is a matter of branches, and this allow our branches to do their work without any influence, without any imposition of views from anyone. Now, as where I see, there's not even a single branch in KwaZulu-Natal that has said and nominated. Now, there's no one that has been nominated by branches. Then the ANC in KZN is branches of the ANC.
So when does this decision need to be made by, though? Because December, Bheki, as you know, is not very far away at all. When do these branches meet, and when does this decision get made?
First batch of branches are starting to convene this week, to convene branch general meetings and do nominations, and we'll continuously load them in the cloud of the ANC system. Once that is finished, then we'll call a meeting called the Provincial General Council, where we'll get the consolidated names. Then the name that has received the highest nomination from branches will be our provincial nomination.
So the ANC in KZN, the biggest branch of the ANC, of course, and one of the big power blocks of the former President Jacob Zuma. What are the reports, Bheki, that the former president himself is pushing for Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma to become ANC president? Surely you've had those conversations. You must have heard those rumours.
I will only know that when he goes to his PGM. Remember, he's a member of the ANC. We'll only know that when he goes to his PGM, because in his PGM, they will discuss names, and then he will motivate for whatever name he supports. We'll only know his views when he goes to a PGM. For now, he is not going to any PGM of his branch, and it's unfair to say who does he support, because how do you know that? Because he has never been in a meeting of the ANC to deal with nominations.
Does the ANC KZN believe that Cyril Ramaphosa deserves a second term? Should he be in charge again?
You want us to evaluate the president of the ANC on the media. We are not going to do that. We are not going to evaluate president of the ANC in the media. We're going to evaluate president of the ANC in ANC meetings. We know where to evaluate our leaders. We evaluate our leaders in our PGMs, in our regional general councils, in our provincial general councils, and in national conference. I'm not going to come here and evaluate our own president.
Let's move away from an evaluation then. And what would the ANC in KZN look for in a president? What would be the attributes that you'd be looking for?
It's a person who has got a track record in serving the movement. He's got skills, he's got capabilities, he's got capacity to unite not only the ANC but the people of South Africa, drive economic growth, push down unemployment, create friends in the international arena, and then make sure that South Africa positions itself as one of the global players in the international group.
Can we talk for a moment about whether you think it's time for a woman president in the ANC? Do you think it's time for that sort of change? And also, what about a change in the age demographic? Maybe younger leaders in ANC national government? Would you like to see that?
The time for woman leaders in the ANC started to arrive in the 1940s. It has been there. And then the time for younger leaders in the ANC started in the 1940s when Walter Sisulu was elected as a president. It's not a new thing.
and more young politicians coming through. We're hearing rumours as well of Ronald Lamola, possibly as DP. Is that something you would support, younger politicians, politicians like Ronald Lamola?
I don't know how branches think where they are all over the country. Then I will be speculating what branches think. We are trying by all means to revert this thing back to branches, please. And then I can't speak for branches. And my feelings are here, not there. I can feel whatever, but the branches of the ANC must be allowed to express their own feelings.
There was a meeting as well, wasn't there, Bheki, with Mpumalanga as well. What was the outcome of that? What was the call for support? Who's the support after you met with Mpumalanga?
We supported ourselves at Mpumalanga that we will support ourselves on certain propositions of economic policy, particularly to keep coal as a baseload for electricity, to proposed some fundamental changes in the oceans economy, property industry, tourism sector, manufacturing. We also said, while we've heard what they presented as what is called is their preferred nomination of 2 names, but let's allow that to be subjected to branches. Branches of the ANC must be allowed to do that work without any influence from anyone. Because when you pronounce and you influence branches, sometimes you freeze them because leadership is a problem. And you stifle the debate. And we agreed with them that I think we must try. I know it's hard. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things, but harder as it may be, but let's try to give this thing to branches.
Just a last question to you then, Mr. Mtolo, before I say goodbye. You named a number of attributes that the ANC and KZN are looking for in leaders, many of them positive attributes.
Not the ANC in KZN, the ANC in South Africa.
In South Africa, no fair point. I take that. So the ANC in general, as far as leadership is concerned, you named a number of attributes, what a leader should have. Does Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma have those attributes?
Many ANC leaders that are serving in the NDZ has those attributes.
Well, I appreciate your time in speaking to us. Bheki Mtolo, ANC KZN Secretary, not putting his colours to the flagpole at the moment. Neither is the ANC and KZN, saying the branches will decide ahead of the elective conference in December.